Why you need to ask better questions in your relationships. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the importance of asking better questions in your relationship. If you can ask better questions and pay attention to the answers that you get, you can significantly improve the quality of both the communication in your relationship and the overall quality of your relationship. But before I do that, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Doing so greatly helps the channel, it helps the algorithms, and it helps you to get notified when new videos come out that might be able to help you. Hey everybody, I'm Kevin Anthony, Certified Sexologist, Tantra Counselor, NLP Practitioner, and sex, love, and relationship coach. And for over a decade, I have been helping men, women, and couples have the relationship of their dreams and the best sex of their lives. So I'm talking about the importance of asking good questions in your relationship. The problem is many people fail to even ask questions at all. They just make assumptions. Well, I know my partner. Well, I watch this behavior. Well, I know this, I know that. And while you may, you also may not. So rather than making assumptions about why the other person did what they did, said what they said, or feels the way they feel, it would be far more beneficial to actually ask them some questions. However, if you do get into asking questions, you have to ask good questions and you have to phrase them correctly. And I'm going to talk about what is a good question versus a bad question. Let me give you some examples of ways not to ask questions. Why are you so upset? What's wrong with you? Why can't you just get over it? Do you love me? So those are some examples of the wrong way to ask questions. So let's take the first one, for instance. Why are you so upset? There are a bunch of assumptions built into that. But what you really want to do is ask the question more from the perspective of, I can see that you're upset. Is there something I have done? Is there a way that I can help you? Is there anything that you would like to share about why you're upset? Very, very different question or questions than why are you so upset, right? Because the other one is, the original one is kind of more in the blaming area. Whereas the other one is like, I see that you're upset, I'm acknowledging that, and I'm seeking to understand why you're upset. What's wrong with you? Now that's more accusatory. There's something wrong with you, right? It's built into the question, what's wrong with you? Rather than saying, something maybe more along the lines of, I can see there's something going on. Is there something you would like to share, right? So how you ask the question and what question you ask and the fact that you're even asking questions are all really, really important to good communication in your relationship. But asking questions is not the full process. In other words, you can ask questions, but if you don't listen to the answers, it's not really going to do you a whole lot of good. Many people pretend to be listening when what they're really doing is just waiting for their opportunity to be heard. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm listening. I can't wait for them to finish so I can tell them how I feel, right? That's what a lot of people do. What you want to do instead is listen to understand. So put your thoughts and what you want to share on hold for a minute. Listen to what they're sharing and seek to understand it. Really try to figure out, okay, how are they really feeling and why are they feeling that way? And is this something that I did or not? Because maybe it has nothing to do with you. But you want to seek to understand where they're coming from rather than just blast over them with your point of view. And that really is challenging for a lot of people. I watch this over and over again in coaching work that I do, where they're just sitting there, like you can see it. There's like there's like this angst about, I can't wait to get my word in, right? You need to let that go. If you've really mastered communication, you know that you will have an opportunity to share your viewpoint and have them listen after they're done. This allows us to get a much deeper understanding of what is actually going on, especially if we're asking more open-ended questions. Rather than binary yes-no questions, we ask a more open-ended question, which allows them to share a whole lot more. And this can really help us avoid miscommunications, misunderstandings, jumping to conclusions, and get a much deeper insight into what is actually happening. So here are some tips to create better questions. Number one, create the space. So you've got to create a space to allow this type of conversation. Number two, construct quality open-ended questions. Number three, listen to understand, not to respond. And number four, ask questions regularly, not just when you're in crisis mode. So if you want to learn more about how to construct really good questions, then I suggest that you go listen to the Love Lab podcast with Topaz Adizes. It's called 12 Questions for Love, How to Improve Your Relationships by Asking Better Questions. We go in depth into the whole process of how you can do this and why this is so important. It was a wonderful interview with Topaz with lots of insight in it, and the link for that is in the description. You can also find it in the playlist, The Love Lab Podcast. All right, I hope you found that helpful. I hope that at least starts to point you in the right direction for how you can improve the way that you ask questions and the way that you communicate in your relationship. If you can do that, I promise you, you will see an improvement in your relationship. And lastly, if you like this type of advice, please make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. Check out, there are over 700 videos with all kinds of advice on sex, love, and relationship. Make sure that you watch or listen to some of the Love Lab podcast episodes, which are available on all major podcast platforms and right here on this YouTube channel. And then go to my website, kevinandceline.com, if you want way more resources. If you go to kevinandceline.com/vault, you get access to a free library full of resources to help you with your sex, love, and relationships. So go check that out, and I'll see you in the next video.